The other one is in the carling boom. Oh, it's been 2 hours already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Minesweeper.
It's okay.
Okay. So.
I was just gonna say I appreciate this.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm having it for the second time. Alright, so. If you remember the music in this room, now it's different ever since we put the piece of the sign together. It's a different ambience. And if we sit on the last row, we'll notice that there's a candle. Right above your head. So we'll have to use the sliding technique to fall onto this platform. Now, crank that audio up because this sounds awesome. Yeah, it sounds like some glass container breaking way underneath the water, making a noise like that. Actually, from up here, us desktop users can drag right-click and make waves in this water. Try it. It's really fun. So yeah, you would do this while crawling as well. And again, there's a candle over there, but you would see something extra if you turn on the chaos first. Invisible forces interfering with things, stopping it. And one more thing. You see this grass? It's quite idle. If you turn on the chaos, you'll see that it is affected by the wind of all this motion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very small detail, which has an intention, actually. So this solenoid is turning like this, counterclockwise. and it would produce a wind towards that direction. However, the grass is going as if the wind is coming from this direction. So these two are denying each other, and I've tried to show the resistance of nature towards machinery by that. And that's why that's there. Okay, enough philosophical stuff. Right, we have the center of the cube now, which has opened ever since we put the piece. Let's go get the hardest candle.
Yeah, it was another thing I was going to mention earlier is that if you get trapped in the cube beforehand, there is nothing in the center, but now there's stuff.
Mm-hmm. You could say after putting the piece in, you have become enlightened enough to see the path through the problem which we're going to traverse. We're going to traverse through the path of this problem, this big problem, and get to the top of it. Use the shadow. As you go through it, the music changes. Just like how you change the stages with the buttons. Which means as we go through the problem, our state of thinking is changing as well. Now we're at the most hopeful stage of thinking, the fourth stage. We can see the solution. Just take a moment to get into the mood of this in a way and understand this struggle. Then click the candle when you're ready.
This would be a really serious moment if we didn't look so goofy when it moved.
Yeah. Cube finally stops. Finds a solution and starts being at peace.
The cube that no longer crushes.
Right. Yeah, as it stops, life turns back to normal with the sound of this wind, and the whole thing is turned off. That mind is due a very long and comfortable sleep now. It's going to rest. It can't be controlled by the fear anymore. So ahead is the last 3 candles, which have to be done in an order. They only appear one after another when you blow them out. After you blow this out, you run back to the window. You see that a new candle has appeared, an unlit candle, an unkindled candle, and our friend flies over here. Yeah, so like any other thing with this window, you have to bring in the rock.
And we should mention
Kindle the flame in the past.
we should mention that the butterfly does fly all the way down.
Oh yeah, so if you have another person doing the candle and somebody's sitting next to it, they will see that it gets off of the lamp and flies all the way from the house to this place. It's really cool, but you have to do this to not miss it. Oh, okay, it lit it itself. The rock was eager to link the flame. Okay, I'll stop the Dark Souls references. After you blow out that candle, this message appears, which is from this butterfly. So this butterfly and that dragonfly were friends, in fact best friends. And after we killed it, now he doesn't have anybody anymore. And actually, it is more than that, the story. This butterfly was quite a self-destructive person. And in his friendship with the dragonfly, they were really the only 2 people who had each other. There weren't anybody else here for them. So the dragonfly, being trapped in that tube, would only have this butterfly that would visit him every now and then, and he was very grateful for that. What more could he want at a world like this where nobody cared for him? In a way, you could see that as the architect's only friend, which didn't really feel like a good friend himself either. So that was quite a conflicting thing for that dragonfly to deal with. He would always try to make him feel good, feel like he's a good person, but he would fail. He couldn't do that because this person could never see themselves as a good person. They always failed to do that. And this always created a staleness in the progression of their friendship. They would always be at this stage where they would debate whether they are good friends or not. So it took the dragonfly to lose his friend, to finally realize that he should have appreciated all the moments they had together for what they were, instead of contemplating for the future whether they are good friends for the future or not. That's why he almost wrote here, like he would always do, that I'm sorry, I wasn't a good friend. But he finally realized that that apology isn't important, and that the only thing that is important is his true emotions. His true emotions is that he just wants to hug his friend that he has lost. So he scratches out that part and finally faces himself and understands. Sadly, he has to lose his friend to understand that. But sometimes that's what it takes for somebody to realize something like this.
That reminds me of a moment in that Dragon Cancer, where you're reading many cards from people for lost loved ones, and most of the cards read very respectfully, like they were thought out, but one of the cards just reads, "I miss my friend."
Mm. Yeah, it's quite a very simple and powerful emotion, isn't it? I just miss my friend. Yeah. But it gets obscured with all sorts of things, and you're not always exposed to that true emotion. It takes sometimes a lot of heavy things for that to be exposed out of you, and you would realize that that's what you really want. Because of this complex world where things are not simple anymore. So here's the last candle, which I always advise to listen to it a bit, because it has a specific emotion behind it. It's a heartbeat. After you blow it out, look at the picture. It reveals the true nature of it, that it has aged so many years of being here. Path to the second island. So you have to touch this laser. Back to the first part. Shoot the second one. Shoot the first machine gun with the second one. And make it explode. The music will change over time, so you'll know if you're doing it right. So that was the trials of the path of the second island. After going through all that chaos and the machine that shoots itself, what did we get at the end? As all things are passing, chaos does as well, and so comes peace. He's a piece here too. So that's the end of this world for now. I still have more to add to it when I remake it, but that would be the ending for now. Hope you enjoyed. It is really strange because it's my oldest work, but at the same time, it is the most refined in the sense of this kind of story and adventure. I have still yet to top that in this regards.
Is that a goal of yours?
Yeah, hopefully, with Eternal Ash especially, now that I'm working on that. There is great potential in that world for this kind of storytelling.
Do you want to show the gallery now?
Yeah, sure, let's do that. Do you want to take the path? Let's take the path back all the way.
Okay.
Let's actually use this feature that I spend so much time trying to make sure it works. That all this is double-sided and you can go back the same way you came. Which nobody almost ever uses.
I feel like even people watching the video are gonna skip ahead.
Oh well, we count, so let's do it.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is that it looks like this platform is really slow, but it's moving quite fast.
Yeah, very fast. Oh, it's the same chair. Look at this.
I was looking around for you and couldn't find you.
I really like this fade to and from the music.
You can also see that chair up on top of the mountain from up here, but barely.
Oh, yeah. message on this window. It only appears if the rock is close enough, so if you put it over here, for example, it disappears. Till you bring it back again.
Wow.
Just a little thing.
How often do you hear that word when you're giving tours?
Too often. These individually placed leaves, if you already didn't talk about that. Which I took pictures of and made textures out of. But yeah, here's the gallery with the paint splash. Pages of gallery and the music of the gallery.
Do you want me to show off each individual picture like I typically would?
Yeah, sure. I'll watch them with you.
Is there any in particular you want to talk about?
They're really just memories of like 3.5 years ago till now in VrChat, kind of. So, like this is from when this world used to be in daytime. You can see in the background. Very first editions of it. It was just a house. And these pictures actually were in this thing here. These pictures very, very unorganized in that box. And you could pick them up. They were like quads that had pictures on them. So yeah, they weren't like in a gallery like this. But that got really messy quick. So I had to make this gallery. Here's the first version of the Morse code world, if you've seen it, back in the day. First version of the upside down room with somebody with this really cool avatar.
So that's like an early version of that room.
I drew that. It was like coming off of the thing and coming alive or something. That was really cool.
Oh. I just thought it was part of the world.
Yeah, it's the original VrChat home world. It had like pens. I drew that on that character. First, and I added this patch of sand outside. It used to be daytime as well.
That's interesting. Yeah, it looks a little empty.
But it was just one patch of sand. Yeah. Actually, this whole world was lost at once, like a year and a half ago or something. I lost the whole project files before I added the very last things, like the machine gun section. I lost the project files on my PC and I had to remake it from scratch.
Wow. And
So,
know
for
you
example,
have to do it
this
again.
yeah, so this has been made 2 times, this whole world. This picture is one, like you can see the background is different totally. The shape, the circle shape in the background is in a different position, and it's just the background isn't as big as it is right now. It's totally different than what it is now. Yeah, it's been remade once. I was just working on it and randomly the power went out and like the Unity scene got corrupted forever. I didn't have a backup of it. Yeah, here's another version of that. Here's another picture of that last version. It just had this one patch of sand, then it went to the ocean. No rocks on the perimeter. Yeah, these middle ones are, some of them are my artwork, some of them are other people's artwork. Paintings of avatars I made. And I think you know what this is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the thing is here as well. If you look at it closely, it's on the chair.
Oh yeah, that person silhouette. This looks like concept art for Vision.
Actually, this is a mini Unity game, something I made like 6 years ago.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
make it into a VrChat world at some point, yeah. It's basically just this environment, and you press the left and right arrow keys on your keyboard, and you side scroll like a side scrolling game. I was making something like Inside back in the day.